Good morning. My name is Dr. Vorsprung, OBD. I'm a specialist in vehicular relationships. You might have heard of me from my books, Audi Get Your Relationship Back on Track, Where to Find the AMG Spot, and BMW's The Ultimate Driving Marriage. Now today we have Stanley, who appears to be having some issues with his Audi RS5 Competition, which has recently undergone some physical changes. So today we're going to explore the tensions between the two of them, and perhaps we can help. Stanley, Audi, welcome to Carpals Therapy. Let's get started. Stanley, tell us why you think we're here today.
I think we're here today because it's not too much to ask for my car to be emotional.
Please, Stanley, continue.
Thank you. Last year, the RS5 was under 100 grand in Canada. With the competition package, it's now significantly over that. And I want to know what I'm paying for. I don't have wandering eyes, but we all know there's something else out of Germany that has the word competition after it. And I have no problem with the name, as similar as it is. I don't know why you didn't use performance like you used to. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My friend Graham, at work, he has an M3 competition. Comes in, huge smile on his face, boasting about it, driving it as much as he did when he was 18, all right? But let's be honest, I don't need that level of performance. I don't think I could keep up. And what do we say? The M3 has a nice personality, you know? And the RS5's always had my heart. It's stunning. But heart's nothing without stole. And I just want to know that these changes, which are significant, are going to be enough to keep us going strong.
Well, you both have come to the right place.
Okay. Therapy is necessary. Our relationship with fast Audis has always been a little strained. They're normally a bit too heavy, or the steering's a bit too light, or just generally the RS badge hasn't been enough oftentimes to justify the price premium over the S badge. But this is the RS competition. So it's a step further. And it's not just a badge exercise. These lightweight 20-inch wheels with the Pirelli P0 high-performance tyres are 4.4 pounds lighter per corner, and they've reduced some sound deadening, which means that in total, the RS5 competition is 35 pounds lighter than the normal RS5. Not crazy, I'll give you that, 1% of its total weight, but it does mean that some sporting focus has gone toward weight loss. Listen, I'm not mad about it losing weight, all right? For the record, I never asked for that. I would never. And also, I like a car with real handles, you know, I can grab. C63 has them, so does the M3. New M2 doesn't though, that one's got those little...
I'm sorry, is there a problem there?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to mention that. It's a sore subject for this one because the new M2, which is a class below this, has more power than this.
Really?
Really? The RS5 competition, which has a very potent 2.9 litre twin turbocharged V6, still makes the same stock 444 horsepower as a normal RS5. Despite the fact that people have got tons of power out of this engine in the aftermarket. Something to do with Audi not wanting to pay for emissions testing, the millions that it would cost. But I think it would have been nice if someone spending the extra money on this knew that they were getting just a little bit more horsepower. That said, they have made it exciting elsewhere. The transmission has been recalibrated, retuned. Comfort mode, I believe, is very similar, but in dynamic, it's snappier. And now, in manual mode, you can bang off of the rev limiter. That's what you want from a sports car, excitement. I will say that when you put it into RS mode, the gauge cluster changes and it does one of the world's least intuitive visuals where the revs come towards you. I haven't got used to it. I don't like it. However, for everything else, it's louder, it's snappier, it's lighter. The big question is it quicker? I'm going to run the Audi acceleration measure, and I'm going to run an independent race box here, and we're going to see what happens. Boost, maximum boost. That feels so great. It just feels so good, pushing me back in the seat there. All right, that and then that. Okay, so something strange has happened. The Audi acceleration measure is showing 3.4 seconds, which is, for an RS5, phenomenal. The race box, which we've used many times trustworthily, is showing 3.8 seconds. That's 4/10ths difference between an independent measure and Audi's measure. Both for 100 kilometers an hour speed. Why don't we, split it down the middle? We'll call it 3.6, although we trust the 3.8. Either way, very, very quick. Ah.
3.3. So, not quite M3 competition level, but it goes better now, sounds better now, transmission is more exciting, not too bad.
No, not too bad, honestly. I like that. I just, oh sorry, do you mind if I?
Feel free.
Thanks, yeah, sorry, I went to John Mayer concert last night, gets me in the mood. Anyway, so yeah, 0 to 60, I only needed to be below 4 seconds, to be honest, in this price range. Giulia Quadrifoglio is not M3 quick, and people adore that car, so.
Why do you think that is?
It's got to be the chassis, isn't it? Audi's always been a bit numb.
But that's not the case anymore, is it, with the competition?
Well, maybe. Maybe not.
Okay, so the issue that I've always had with Audis is that they're 8/10ths cars. In fact, I think I said that verbatim last time I drove this car, the non-competition version of it. I said it's great up until 8/10ths. However, some changes have been made to this, some very crucial changes have been made to this that might push it into the territory where it's fun at 9/10ths or 10/10ths. Let's start with the steering. This does not have the variable ratio steering that a lot of these fast Audis do. This has a fixed rack. That means it's consistent as you turn the wheel all the way lock to lock. I never really had a problem with the previous steering, but this, I will say, is quite intuitive. It loads up well, not a lot of feedback, but it is still too light overall. It's accurate, very accurate, but it's not really my flavor. The next thing is that this has tighter sway bars and adjustable 3-way coil-over suspension. That's weird for a road car. When I say 3-way dampers, what I mean by that is that the high-speed compression and the low-speed compression and the rebound can be adjusted independently. That means that you can make it soft over bumps, but then stiff on turn-in so the car stays flat and controlled. And I did just that. The catch is you have to lie on your back outside on the ground and manually adjust the dampers. You can't do it from a little button in here. And you have to take off the rear wheels to be able to adjust the rear, which I didn't do. So what I did was I made it really soft for bumps and potholes on the road and then really stiff for low speed compression, meaning as I turn the car into the corner, it stays more controlled and there's less weight transfer under brakes. Does it work? Yeah, it turns in sharper, but it is nice and supple over the potholes and the curbs and whatever else you might hit on the road. The next thing is the differential has been tuned to allow more torque to go to the rear, which means that you can actually kick the rear out in an Audi. Coming around here, stomp on the gas. That is not a thing that you could do in this car before. That I can guarantee. So all of these things together mean that the Audi RS5 competition has graduated from an 8/10ths car to a 10/10ths car. When you really drive this thing hard, it's fun. Listen, it's not as fun as a BMW at the limit, but it's definitely tipped the scales enough that if you like the look of this and you prefer the confidence of an Audi, then this is a great option now. And if you're looking for a car that lives up to competition in the name, I mean, this is the closest Audi I've driven that does that. This Audi is fun. So, no M3 or Giulia in the driving department, but still all the daily comforts that it had. Slightly quicker, better tuned transmission, more bespoke, basically race car style suspension setup, less weight, nicer, lighter wheels, and updated looks. All good things, but if I'm to understand this correctly, nothing too wild from the driver's seat, not exactly a personality transplant. I'm concerned that you and the other Audi owners won't... What? Stanley, what do you...
Oh, I love you so much.
Please don't do that here. Damn, I'm good.
So, while Stanley renewed his vows for the RS5 competition and Dr. Vorsprung moved on to help another troubled couple, we took a moment to examine the exterior changes of the RS5 competition.
Okay. Improved.
Improved. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why, all right, and the audience can figure this out, but in Canada, competition package is only an $11,000 premium. It's $16 US in America. So
We might be wrong about that, but it's certainly what it looks like.
maybe there's some like base levels, trim things you don't get. Either way. Aha, yes, that is true. We figured it out after the fact that Canada's package doesn't come with carbon ceramic brakes. You can add them on separately, which is kind of a nice option to have, we think. $11,000
Sounds like you get a deal.
Yeah, exactly. I think the level at which that's improved, for 10% increase on the price, it is more than 10% better.
We get really boring cereals, but great
Do we?
Audis. Yeah, you've seen the cereal aisle in the US?
I think I'm
They
easily...
get everything.
Oh yeah, we did. Last time we went to the US, we got Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, we did.
I can't remember what they were.
You got all this
I've got
healthy
a
food.
picture.
And you got Pokemon cereal.
Anyway, I'm worried we've gone off topic here.
A little bit. That's okay.
Speaking of really exciting things,
Yeah.
this color.
Nope.
No,
That's not exciting.
This is the competition exclusive.
Right.
Sebring Black.
Which is blue. It's blue.
It has a blue tint in the sun.
It's obviously blue. You can see this right now in the sun. Look how blue that is.
It's dark.
This is a very Audi thing to do, I must say. Special competition package, exclusive color, and it is the most boring color. Like, why not make it green?
No, but they've made it exciting elsewhere, right? Because
Have
this car is all about emotionality.
I'm sorry, what was that word one more time?
That's the word they use in the press release.
Yep. Emotionality.
Increased emotionality.
The press release is actually, it sounds like someone just recently went to press release school
Yes.
and learned how to do all the fancy words. They're trying to make it more exciting. They really are.
And a part of that attempt
Yeah.
is these carbon matte surfaces everywhere.
They're nice.
On the wing mirrors.
Yeah.
They call it sporty carbon matte.
Sporty carbon matte.
Yeah, the same way red makes a car faster, carbon
Yeah.
matte makes it faster.
No, they look good.
And these quite aggressive, lightweight wheels.
They are quite aggressive and they look fantastic.
They look great. I pose to you though the question: if you were to get the competition,
Yeah.
would you get this in sportback form or the coupe form? Because I don't know.
That's actually a really good question. I don't actually know. I think overall, this particular generation doesn't quite look as good as the previous generation. It's still good looking.
You like the more
I like
simple
the
lines.
Yeah. It's fun. It's still a good looking car. It is better looking than the M car.
Yes, it's
Easily.
It's very pretty, and
Right? And it doesn't have a plug that's only made for butts. So
No, that is the C63's crime.
Yep.
We don't get the RS4, which
No.
there's also a new RS4 competition.
Right.
We might one day get it, but currently you cannot get this in wagon form. So it's either the
too bad.
Sportback or the Coupe.
No, overall it's a great looking car. We don't need to really look at the interior because there's not much different.
No, they've done some fun bits.
Yeah.
They're very excited about it. In fact, I don't want to misquote.
Misquote.
I'm using that word again.
There it is.
Go away, Wasp.
Too much Lord of the Rings. Just don't move. Don't breathe.
I'm going to read it to him.
You're gonna read it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll tell you then. The seat panels gleam in piano black.
They gleam.
They gleam. like Shakespeare. If I were to compare thee to a summer's day. And then we've got Alcantara going on inside, and then slightly different. Slightly
Well,
different
the
seatbelts.
interior of it is so tight and nice. That's not just this car; it's every Audi right now.
There's a quality to it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Overall, fantastic improvements, worth the money. And would I buy it over an M car? That sounds like something for the conclusion.
So, the RS5 was already an incredibly competent machine, but in competition form, it now has an edge to it, one that exposes itself when pushed on a back road or the track. Suspension aside, we'd love it if the normal RS5 inherited some of the changes. Interestingly, after back-to-backing the two cars we had today, we realised that Audi made their version more competition-y in the most Audi way possible, by making it incredibly controlled. The BMW is wild in comparison. It feels much quicker, and with X-Drive, it can put the power down, but it constantly wants to kick the rear out more, and compared to the RS5, its stiff ride meant that it just never settled. The Audi is far more sophisticated and confident in high-speed and low-speed corners. It's the equivalent of pushing your glasses up your nose so that you can read better. Whether or not you find fun in that is entirely subjective, but considering this platform of the RS5 debuted over 5 years ago, we'd say that in competition form, it's back in the game. Thanks for watching.
But it sounds better than before, it goes quicker, the transmission is more exciting. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all, honestly. I like that. Sorry, do you mind if I...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I went to John Mayer concert, puts me in the mood. Yeah, so I think as long as it's under 4 seconds to 60.
I got so long. You didn't tell me he was going to do that, by the way.
No. It's funny. I think we should still do it, but I'm going to rinse you for it.
Okay. How am I going to not laugh for that?
You're just going to have to try.
Okay. All right, I got the line out, I hate you. All right, let's try that again.
Okay.